Hi everyone, I have a reformer workout for you today using bands and boxes. So go ahead, grab a resistance band. I am going to use a heavier one for my work today, and then grab your box. You can just set it off to the side for now. We won't use it until a little later. This is going to be a full body workout today. We're going to start with our abs, we're going to go arms, and then we're going to finish with lower body. So starting from the top, moving towards the bottom, we're going to start with our foot bars all the way down, a red and a yellow spring on my balance body reformer, which is one heavy, one medium spring. You can go heavier than that, you can go lighter than that, that is up to you, but one spring for sure that is going to be heavy, and then feel free to add on from there. So we're gonna go ahead, bands are going to go around our legs above our knees, and then once we get the bands here, we're gonna lie ourselves down. Headrest can be up or down, that is up to you. And then once we get down onto our reformers, I'm gonna reach back, grab my short loops into my hands. And then once we grab a hold of our short loops, arms are just gonna go straight up to sitting, hands are right over our shoulders. Neutral spine, so we should have that nice natural curvature of our low backs, and we're gonna pick our knees up into a tabletop position. When we're here, we're gonna think the feet are going to stay together for this series and the knees will end up coming apart. But to begin, we are just going to pull our arms straight down towards our sides, and then we're going to inhale, return back up with control. So we're exhaling to pull straight down, we're inhaling to return, feeling our lats engaging, and then feel our core engaged as well. So our abdominals draw in and up as we pull down on that exhale. Let's go for 3 more like that. Exhale, pull, inhale, return for 2, and then last one. Now, when we come up, we're gonna pause, keep the knees up into a tabletop position. The next time we pull down, we're gonna pull the knees apart, keep the feet together, and then we're gonna inhale to return back up. So we're gonna exhale, pull, keep those feet together, inhale, return, working into those abductors, so right into the outsides of the legs and the glutes. I am also feeling my adductors just to control the band when I release back in. Let's do 2 more like that. And then last one. Now, when we come up, we're gonna pause, we're gonna add an ab curls next. So we're gonna press the arms down, nod, curl, pull the band apart, and then we're gonna inhale, return back down with control. Exhale, nod, curl, pulling the band apart. Inhaling as we return. We are, as always, maintaining that neutral spine when we come up, so we're not collapsing into the low backs. And then we inhale to return again. Exhale, nod, curl, pull those bands apart. Inhale back down. Let's go for 3. Thanks. Scoop into those low abs for 2. Now on our last one, we're gonna hold ourselves right at the top, pull the band apart, stay in your curl, release, exhale, pull the band apart, inhale, release, exhale, pull, inhale, release. Let's go for 4. Try to hold those curls. Abs are in for 3, 2, and 1. All right, arms up, heads down, relaxed feet. We can give ourselves a little stretch. We can always sway our knees, hug them, stretch them. And then we are going to slide that band now down to our ankles. Now, the feet, the knees are gonna be apart, obviously, because the band is around your ankles. Keep them about the band's distance away. Arms will go back up to the ceiling, knees back up into our tabletop position. We're gonna pause here. This time we're gonna press our arms down to the mat, hold them here. Inhale, we open out to a T. On an exhale, we press the palms back to the hips. So we inhale to open out to a T. We exhale to press our palms to our hips. My knees, my feet are just staying parallel with each other. I'm not pulling the band apart quite yet. Feeling my lats, my biceps, my core engaging on those presses. It's an inhale out and an exhale to press. Bra line stays heavy. We're just gonna go for 2 more like that. And then last one. Okay, pause with the arms at the hips. We're gonna add in the legs. So as I open my arms out to a T, I hold. As we press the palms of the hips, we're just gonna pull the band apart. So we're gonna open the arms, release, press and pull the band apart. Open, release, exhale, press, pull apart, getting right back into those abductors. Exhale, inhale. We're gonna go for 3, 2, And then last one. Now pause with the arms open out to your T. No tension on that band, just keeping it a little taut. We're gonna curl. So we press, curl, we pull the band apart again. We inhale to return back down. Exhale, press, curl, pull that band apart. Inhale, return. We're gonna go for 4. Curling right from our brow line, scooping into our abs. You're gonna give me 2 more. Now on our last one, we're gonna hold ourselves at the top, open the arms, release the legs, press the palms of the hips, hold apart, stay in your curl. Open, release, exhale, pull the band apart as we press the palms of the hips. Inhale and exhale. Let's go for 3. Draw those abs in for 2. And then last one. All right, arms up, heads down. We're gonna relax the feet. Now, the next time we come up, we're gonna add in the legs extending out. We're gonna hold ourselves out there. So let's reach those arms back up to the ceiling, bring our knees back up into a tabletop position. Exhale, press, curl, extend the legs, hold. Little pull that band apart. You have to hold it now. We're gonna inhale, open the arms out to a T. Exhale, press. Again, you are not releasing the band. We're keeping that pull apart. We're just opening the arms out and we're exhaling to press those palms back to our hips, scooping into those abs. Give me 3 more. Try to hold your curl if your neck's an issue. Heads can always go down. This is the last one. When we press, bend the knees, arms up, head down. Ooh, relax the feet, and we can give ourselves a little bit of a stretch. Now, we're gonna go into some arm circles and tricep press. We are going to keep the band just here around our ankles. Arms can go back up to the ceiling. Our knees go up into a tabletop position. Again, not pulling the band apart quite yet. We're gonna press the arms down to our hips, open them out to sides of circle around and back up. We exhale to pull. We inhale to open and circle, feeling that movement coming right from our shoulders. We're gonna go for 1 more. When we get our palms to our hips, we pause, we reverse, we go up, out to a T, we exhale, press. Inhale, up, out, exhaling as we press. Again, feeling those lats, biceps engage. Every single exhale, think, is a core exercise. So I'm drawing my transverse abdominals in and up my spine towards my solar plexus. Now, the next time we bring it to the hips, pause. Go ahead, extend the legs out. Curl up into your abdominal curls, bend your elbow, tricep press. Pull that band apart and keep pulling it apart. So don't lose that resistance on that band. If the necks are an issue, heads can go down, but try to keep those legs extended out. If the low backs are an issue, the legs go higher up. We're gonna go for 3 more with that tricep press. 2, 1, and return. Okay, once we come down, we are going to go ahead, hang the straps back up onto the pegs, and then once we hang them up, we're gonna take the band off for now, and we'll just set it to the side. We will use it a little later. We're gonna go to 1 medium spring, or that's 1 blue spring on my reformer, and then you can take the other 2 off. So 1 blue or 1 medium spring. Now, we're gonna move into some push-ups and some core work. If this is too heavy, go to a light spring instead of being on the medium spring. Your foot bars are gonna go all the way up to the starting position. And then boxes, when you get them down on the floor, they're gonna be long box right next to your reformer. If you need to scoot it forward or back, you can. Kneel on your box. I set mine like center-ish of my reformer. You need to be able to kneel on your box with your hands on your front of the box. And see, I need to push mine out a little further. What is this? Right foot needs to be able to go onto the foot bar, or you can take it onto the wooden platform if your foot bar is too high. So set the box down, measure yourself, make sure that your right foot is able to get here with your hands on the front corners of the box so that we can eventually go into a plank. So long boxes are down. I'm going to kneel facing my straps. And then once I kneel, I'm gonna start 4-point kneeling, shoulders over the hands, hips right over the knees. We're gonna take our right hand onto the shoulder block next to us, and we're gonna bring the carriage forward. Again, if this is too heavy, go to a light spring because the blue is going to be pretty heavy. We're gonna have our right elbow wide, push-ups to start. Exhale out, we bend wide to come in, press, wide to come in. Again, it's heavy. If it is too heavy, switch to a light spring instead of this medium. I'm drawing my abs into my back, exhaling to push, inhaling to return, and I'm just gonna do one more and hold. Now, when we hold, this is when we're gonna take the right foot onto the foot bar. Keep your right leg long, right arm long, and your right leg long. I'm gonna scoop into my abs, give my pelvis a little bit of a tuck, and then we're gonna reach the left leg behind us. Push-ups here, bend wide, press, wide, press. Now, if you can't do this is very hard, but if you can't, you can set your knee back down. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, coming back in, give it a little bit of a break, and then we're adding in with these. Again, change those springs if that blue is too heavy. The next time we lift that left leg up, the right arm is gonna be out. When we bend the elbow, we're gonna bring the left knee to the right elbow, rotate, and then we're gonna push out and come center to get into our obliques. So take that carriage, take your shoulder block into your right hand, right leg long, squeeze your glutes, scoop into your abs. Ready? Lift your left leg. The carriage is out. When you come in, you go left elbow, right knee, you rotate your pelvis. We press center, hips should be rotated to the floor. Rotate right when we come in, press center. Rotate, and we can go out. Exhale, inhale out. Exhale to come in, inhale out. Try to give me 3, 2, last one. Woo! Okay, come down, let your carriage come in, and we're gonna stay on the side with the box. Now, when we stay on the side, I'm gonna switch to a heavy or a red spring on my reformer, and then I'm gonna take the other spring off. I'm gonna pull my box a little further forward, so now it's closer to my foot bar. It's just a few inches away, and we're gonna stand on our box. Now, when we step up, again, one heavy spring, I'm gonna take my right foot on the front left corner, and then my left foot is gonna go back to the shoulder block. We're gonna move into some lunges. So from here, I'm gonna bend my right knee, press the carriage out, left leg is gonna be long, stand back up. We're gonna sink down into a lunge and up. Exhale and inhale up, sink down, press into your right heel to stand back up. We push out, we come up, sink into that lunge. Let's go for 4, 3. We're gonna move into abs again next. 2. Okay, now on this last one, we hold out. We grab a hold of the foot bar with our hands. Our carriage comes in so that our shoulders are over. Both of my hands are to the right side. Take your right foot, bring it behind your left. We're gonna do little pike. So let's tuck pike, press out, tuck pike, press out. They're pretty small with our carriage or with our arms being in. I want your shoulders and hips to stay parallel to the floor. Scoop, lift, out, scoop into your abs, out. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, and then set your right foot back. Bring your carriages in. Step your left foot where your right foot was. Take your right foot now to the shoulder block. We're gonna move into curtsy lunges. I'm going to externally rotate both of my toes. So right toes are pointing right, left toes are pointing left. Ready? Bend your left knee, push out with the right. Stand back up. Curtsy lunge, stand up, sink into that left leg, then push into your left heel to get up. Try to keep that right leg long when we push out, and it bends slightly when we come back in. Let's go. 5. Again, on the last one, we're gonna hold out. 4, 2, and 1. Now we hold. We take those hands back onto the foot bar. We shift our weight forward. Left foot goes around the right. We rotate our hips slightly to the right. We tuck, we pike, we press out. You should feel your left Obliques this time, working a little more with the hips being rotated to the right. Exhale, pike. Inhale back. Let's go. 4. Get into those obliques. 3. And 1. Okay. Step your foot back. Let's go ahead, step off of the box. Change back to your blue or your light spring. Again, we're going back into push-ups. These are challenging, so if you need to go to a light spring instead of a medium, go to a light. Set your long box on the floor against your reformer. Again, I would say somewhere around center. Measure yourself first. So when you kneel on your box, you need to be able to get your left foot on either the foot bar or on the wooden platform. You can go to either spot. Then once you get yourselves measured and center, take your left hand onto the shoulder block, pull that carriage out. Both knees stay down to start. We exhale to press, we bend the left elbow wide to come back in. Again, abs are in to our backs. Exhale out, bend wide, press in. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, okay. Next time we push out, we have to take that left foot on. So push it out. Go ahead, left, ooh, my box is lifted. Left foot goes onto that foot bar or down the wooden platform. From here, scoop into your abs, little tuck of the pelvis, lift those hips, extend your right leg back, bend wide, press, wide, press. Inhale, and then exhale. Abs are in. Try to get your shoulders, hips parallel to the floor for 2 more. Ooh, last one. Okay, my left arm is much weaker than my right. Last thing that you have here of torture will be the right knee going to the left elbow, and then we are out of this. Again, change those springs if you need to make this lighter, either on the foot bar or the wooden platform. Take your left hand on. I'm gonna go ahead, pull the carriage out, push the carriage all the way out. Left leg is long, lift your right, extend. When the carriage comes in, we go elbow to knee, we press out. Elbow to knee, press. Knee, extend. Use those obliques to rotate your spine. Give me 3, 2, 1, and down. Oh, okay, let's switch to that red spring. Take off your blue. Again, that's one heavy spring on your reformer, and then push your box to the foot bar. Then once we get it there, feel free to give your wrist a little roll. That is a lot on the wrist. We're gonna stand on our boxes. The left foot needs to go to the right corner. The left foot stays down to start. The right foot goes onto the shoulder block closest to you. Hands can be at your sides, ready? Lunge. We're gonna bend your left knee to push out, stand up. Exhale and inhale. Sink into that lunge. I want you to push into your left heel to stand back up. Exhale down, inhale up. My chest is lowering when I come down, lifting when I come up. We have 4 more. On the last one, we have to stay out for 3, 2. Okay, last one, we hold. Hands go into the foot bar. That carriage should come in, shoulders over the hands. Ready? Wrap your left leg around your right. Shoulders, hips should be parallel to the floor. Tuck, pike, out, scoop, out. Draw your abs in to your back to lift your hips up. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, and then step that left foot back. Step your right foot off. We're gonna set up, right foot staying on the right corner, externally rotating a little bit this time. It doesn't have to be a big external rotation, but both left and right toes are pointing to the sides. Left foot goes back onto that shoulder block. Curtsy lunges, bend your right knee, stand up, bend, stand up. It's an exhale to push out, and inhale as we come back in. Sink down, lifting up. We're gonna go for 4 more, sorry, 4, 3. Try to straighten that right leg when we come back in. Last one. Okay, we hold. Hands go onto the foot bar. We're gonna wrap our right leg behind our left. Our hips need to rotate slightly to the left so we can get into our right obliques. Tuck pike out, tuck pike out. They're pretty small, but you should feel your right obliques working to pull in and out. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, step onto that box and we can carefully step off. Now, feel free to just keep your box on the side of your reformer. We're gonna change to 3 heavy springs, 3 reds on my reformer. We're doing unilateral footwork with the band around our legs. So when we get down, when we get down, you can always go heavier or lighter. That is up to you. I am gonna stick with the 3 reds today. I'm not going too heavy. So we're gonna do some unilateral work, some bilateral work. We're gonna alternate bilateral, unilateral. You can change your springs as needed, but bands around your legs above your knees. We're gonna start with our toes, balls of our feet onto the foot bar. And as always, I have them about that fist distance away from each other, so about sits bones distance out, and a neutral spine. Now, our series on our toes will be 3 pushes with both legs. When we finish those 3, the right toe stay on the left knee goes up into a tabletop position. We do 3 pushes with the right toes, switch 3 with the left toes, take both feet back on and do 3 with both legs. We're gonna repeat that series. 3 with both, 3 with the right, 3 with the left, 3 with both, 3 with the right, 3 with the left. We'll do it a few times. So again, toes, balls of your feet are on neutral spine. We're gonna exhale out today, inhale back, push, resist, last one, push, resist. Right leg presses out 3 times. 2, 1. Then we switch to the left toes for 3. Exhale for 2, 1. Then we bring the right toes back on. Push out 3, 2, 1. Then the right. The idea is that the pelvis is staying nice and still as we do this. Left leg for 3, 2, 1. Then we do both for 3, 2, 1. Again, my sacrum is staying heavy. My pelvis is staying nice and still as I alternate legs. Try to get full extensions. Change your springs if you need to. We have 2 more series of this. Last one with both legs. Then we do right for 3, 2. We should be evenly weighted throughout all 5 toes. Left leg for 3, evenly weighted throughout all 5. Last one, last series. Both legs out for 3, 2, 1. Right leg out for 3, 2, 1. Ready, left leg out. 3, 2, 1, and in. Okay, once we come in, we're gonna go arches of our feet onto the foot bar. They're staying that same distance away. Again, we are in a nice neutral spine. We're gonna keep the keep the arches on. This time we have 2s. So no 3s, we're bumping it down to 2. So 2 with both arches, 2 with the right arch, 2 with the left. We're gonna keep repeating. Exhale out for 2, exhale out for 1. Then the right leg presses out for 2, 1. Left arch on for 2, 1. Then we go back to both legs. I'm just trying to make it a little more challenging here with our pelvic stability since we have to switch a little sooner. So sacrum heavy, try to keep that pelvis nice and still. Exhale out, inhale back. 2 with the right, 2 with the left, then 2 with both legs. Imagine if you're lying down in some clay, everything stays nice and heavy in that clay. Try to get to straight legs. It's an exhale out, inhale back. Every time both feet go onto the foot bar, they should be that sits bones distance out. 3 more series. Both legs out. Right leg for 2. Left leg for 2. I like to keep my hands on my pelvis just to see too if I'm moving. Okay, after this one on the left, last series with both legs out for 2. 1, right leg out for 2. 1, ready, left leg, 2, 1, in. Whew. Feel those quads working now. Okay, we are on our heels. Once we get those heels onto the foot bar, same thing, fist distance away from each other. We're moving into singles, making it a little more challenging for our pelvis now. So heels are on, they press out 1 time, then the right heel presses out 1 time, then the left heel presses out 1 time, then we're back to both. So we're exhaling out, inhaling back, switch right, switch left, and both. Again, we are on the heels. We should really feel those quads working here. It's an exhale out, and inhale to resist. Whew. Feel those quads. The bands make it a little more challenging for our quads here too. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Marching through those feet. Again, it just makes it a little more challenging on that pelvic stability. We're gonna go for 4, 3, 2, last series. Whew. Last one. Oh, okay, when we come in, we're gonna pause in. Bands are gonna stay here, heels are gonna stay on the foot bar. If you have your headrest up, they are going to go all the way down. I'm gonna go ahead and come into a Pilates stance. So heels are together, toes are turned apart. Woo, my quads are on fire. Okay, once we can come into our Pilates stance, we're bridging. We're gonna inhale first in our neutral spine. We're gonna exhale, flatten the low backs down, peel our spines up. Think we're sending the tailbone to the backs of the knees. We take an inhale at the top. We exhale to roll our spines down. Oh my God, my quads. Inhale in our neutral. Exhale, flatten and peel. Roll out, try to keep those carriages still. Take that inhale. Exhale, we articulate our spines back down. We have 2 more, and on the last one, we have to hold at the top, roll those spines down. All right, this is the last one, flatten and peel. Again, we have to stay up here. Now, from here, we're gonna exhale, pull the band apart with our knees, release, pull, release, hold your bridge. Again, abductors, outsides of the legs and the glutes. Pull, release, exhale, pull, inhale, release. Give me 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we roll our spine down. Okay, feel free to stretch those legs, and then you have the option to keep the bands on for this next series or to take them off. I think I'm going to start with mine on, see how I feel, and then I can always take it off. So bands, no bands, up to you. We're gonna finish off with glute max, so big power muscles in our butts. We're gonna go a red and a blue spring, which is 1 heavy and 1 medium spring on my reformer, so 1 heavy, 1 medium. Now, if you would like it heavier than that, you can do 2 heavy springs instead of a heavy and a medium. If you want it lighter, you can always go 1 heavy, 1 light spring. Again, bands, no bands, up to you. Foot bars are staying in the same position. We're kneeling on our reformers facing the straps. When we kneel, we're gonna have the hands on the outsides of the headrest, shoulders over the hands, hips right over the knees. I'm gonna take my right toes, balls of my feet onto the foot bar, abs are into our backs. Now, reminder, if the wrists are an issue, drop down onto your forearms, and you can always do this on your forearms. Again, right toes, balls of your feet on the foot bar. Shoulders, hips parallel to the floor. We're gonna exhale, push the carriage out with our right leg and bring it back in. Exhale away, inhale back. I am bringing my heel towards my glute as I press out. So think like a high heel so that you can get into your glute max a little more. Again, if you do not want to use these bands, you don't have to. It's an exhale to push and an inhale to come back in. Press, squeeze your glutes, inhale back. Abs are in. Let's go for 3, 2. All right, now this last one, we're gonna hold out. We're gonna do halfway pulses. So halfway in, all the way out, halfway in, all the way out. Again, abs into our backs. Heel is still lifted for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and in. Okay, feel free to stretch back, get off of those wrists, give them a roll if you need to. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the left side. Again, drop down onto your forearms if you need to. We're gonna set up. Again, shoulders over your hands, hips are right over your knees. Our left toes, balls of our feet go onto the foot bar, abs into our backs. Ready? We're gonna exhale, press out, high heel, resist to come in. Exhale away, inhale back. Abs are in and up. Squeeze your glute as you press out. So it's not just your quads working, your hamstrings working. That glute max, right where your butt connects to your leg, should be firing up as well. Press, squeeze your glute. Heel towards your tailbone as we go out. Resist in. We have 5, 3, 2. Okay, on this last one, hold out, halfway pulses, halfway in, all the way out, halfway in, all the way out. Try to keep that high heel. Keep your shoulders, hips parallel, halfway in, all the way out, halfway in, all the way out. For 5, 4, abs into your back, 3, 2, 1. Oh, and in. Okay. Feel free to stretch back. Give yourselves a little break, little breath. Okay, then we're gonna sit off to the sides of our reformers. Let's take these bands off if you have them. Go ahead, toss them. You're done with them. We're finishing with 2 red or 2 heavy springs on your reformer for feet in straps. If you want it lighter, go 1 heavy, 1 medium. If you want it heavier, go 2 heavies and a light. But I'm gonna stick to just 2 heavy springs today. Okay, I'm also gonna push my box out of the way so we can stretch at the end of this. Reach behind you, grab your long loops. They're going onto our feet. Okay, now once we get our feet into our straps, legs are gonna go up. Tug on those ropes. Give yourselves a stretch. Low backs can be flat. Take a few deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe, stretch quick, and then we're gonna go into some leg work. Okay, let's come into our neutral spines. Once we come into our neutral, we're gonna come into our external rotation, so heels are together, toes are turned apart. And then on an exhale, we're gonna lower both legs down towards our springs, and then we're gonna inhale, hinge to come back up. I'm gonna exhale to pull down, and then inhaling as we hinge to come back up. Every time we lower down, our abs are drawing in, our bra line stays down. Every time those legs lift, our sacrum stays heavy. Now, the next time we lower, we're gonna pause with the legs down. They don't have to be super far. I'm gonna kind of bring mine right above my foot bar. And then we're going with an inhale to open our legs out towards the sides of the room. And then we're gonna exhale, bring the heels together. Inhaling as we open, exhale, heels together, getting right into those adductors in our thighs. Now, when we open and close, we wanna think we're staying in the same plane. It's an inhale to open and an exhale to bring the heels together. Abs draw in. We're gonna move for 3. Now last one, when we bring the heels back together, we're gonna pause. We're gonna move into Peter Pan. So now my right leg is gonna open straight out to the side. My left knee bends just like a frog, and we press back center. Then we open the left, we bend the right, and we exhale to press back center. The idea, as always, is that that pelvis is going to stay still. So when we open the right leg, that left hip needs to stay heavy. We press back. When we open the left hip, that right, or when we open the left leg, that right hip needs to stay heavy. So opposite hip stays heavy when we open and press. Inhale and exhale. Let's go. 3, 2, last one. Now, when we press, pause, bring your feet parallel with each other. Hinge at the hips. We're coming up just as high as we can hold our neutral spines. The legs open out. We're gonna press them down and round zip them together. Hinge back up for our leg circles. You can make these big. Sacrum heavy, pelvis still. Allowing that movement to come right from the head of the femur in that hip socket. Should feel those adductors working again to bring those legs together. 2 more in this direction. And then last one. Then once we come up, pause, reverse, we go down. We open wide to circle those legs around and up. It's an exhale to lower, an inhale to open and circle. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, my favorite stretch, you can come out of your neutral spine too. Favorite stretch on the reformer, we're gonna take our right knee, we're gonna bend it. The foot is gonna go down to the outside frame of the carriage, and then the strap should adjust itself to the front of your right foot. And then if you want to, you can let your left leg open out to the side of the room, stretch out that left side. And if this isn't a big enough stretch for you, you can grab the strap with your right hand and you can pull and tug just to stretch out your quads, hip flexors. So as we're getting all over right into those adductors, hamstrings, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, then we're gonna bring the left leg back. We're gonna carefully bring our right leg off the floor. We're gonna bend our left knee. We're gonna send that foot down towards the floor. Stretch if you feel comfortable. Let your right leg open out to the side. If you want a deeper stretch, grab the strap with your left hand and tug. Again, all over, we get the quads, hip flexors, to our psoas, our adductors, hamstrings. Nice big stretch. In through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, then we're gonna carefully bring the right leg up. Carefully bring your left foot up. Bottoms of the feet together, knees open wide, and then just give yourselves a nice hip and inner thigh stretch here. You can pull the straps, you can pull your heels towards you, can push your knees away from you. If heels being high like this doesn't feel good, you can always drop them down towards your butt and do a little stretch with your heels low. Again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, one more deep inhale and exhale. And then we're gonna take those straps off of our feet. Hang them back up onto the pegs, and then we can sit ourselves off to the sides. You are all finished with that full body workout. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much.